finally on the road, everyone. Welcome to the weekend. There's me and John and James in a convoy at the moment. We're just heading towards Hawes on the back way into the Lake District, the most beautiful way. So we're going to enjoy the countryside for the next couple of hours. We've already had a fair few breakdowns this morning before people have even set off. So we're going to cover those in this video hopefully, and we'll get some debriefing later on when everybody arrives at the campsite. But for now, we'll enjoy the drive, and I hope you do too. After an hour or so's drive through the Yorkshire Dales, the very small convoy of very small cars had reached Cumbria. With only a quick stop to reinflate John's slow puncture, we had made good progress, and it wasn't long before we came across lots of water with some boats in it. Well, we're almost here now. It's flipping boiling, I'm telling you. And my brains have been rattled from driving on these mud tyres the last 2 hours. John's got us here anyway. James is still in tow. We're about half a mile from the turn off. Just coming past Lake Windermere now. It's absolutely beautiful. We wouldn't have it any better than today, I'm telling you. So we'll see how far we get down here through this traffic, and we'll see you in a bit.
I'm good, you?
We've arrived successfully, and we've caught up with the rest of the guys, and we've got Star Chef here. What are you making tonight, Star Chef?
Tonight we are having sweet beach pepper and chive risotto for 7.
For 7?
Or was it 6? I think it's 6 in the season.
Excellent work. So we're really looking forward to this. We're going to soak up the sun. We've got the tents pitched now. A lot of the cars here already. We're just waiting for one more. Is it just one more tonight, Ben?
Just one more, yeah.
So we might see them tonight.
Well, one more that we're expecting.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of randoms turn up already, so there may be a few more to come yet.
Yeah. So people are just turning up today by all accounts. But that's fine, we don't mind. We'll accommodate. As long as they don't want tea, yeah. So we're going to soak up some sun, possibly have a few round ones, and enjoy ourselves for a bit.
As the sun was setting, and after a fantastic dinner had been accomplished, thanks to Ben and Rach, we managed to get a debrief on some of the breakdowns that had been happening. Alongside John Paul's heater valve, James had suffered a cracked alternator during the week leading up to the event. Just before the boys were about to set off, Aaron's brakes had seized and required bleeding. And sadly for David, he had the usual Mark 1 carburettor rebuild to complete before the events were to begin in the morning. But before bedtime was called, we were lucky enough to have a look round John Paul's Panda, the latest project that Freddie had been working on.
So you've built this car, Freddie?
Yes.
One of the many talents this man has. So what does it take to put a Punto into a Panda?
Well, the engine bolts in onto the original gearbox and original mounts, so that's easy. Hardest bit is probably the fuel injection. This car is easier because it was already fuel injection, so it had already got fuel pump in the tank, so all the wiring and everything for that was already there. And it's basically a case of pulling the loom out of the Punto, working out what wire does what, and connecting it into the Panda loom in the correct place. So once you've got your head around it, it's pretty simple, really.
And everything mounts essentially onto the gearbox, and onto the four-wheel drive system.
Yeah. So the engine bolts straight onto the gearbox. You use a Punto clutch, the Panda release bearing, and it just bolts in like the original engine, basically.
So you've done this on mine. Mine's the 8 valve. This is a 16 valve.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And how much more horsepower has this got? Firstly, from standard.
So this car would have been 54 horsepower standard because it was a 1.1, with it being a later Panda, and it's now got 85. So we're talking an extra 30 horsepower, which makes a considerable difference.
And then the suspension lift,
Yeah.
which mine's also had.
Yeah, it's got the 50mm suspension lift from the Panda Italian club, Panda 4x4 club, which we know works well.
Yeah, I've been running that for what, 6 years? 7 years?
Yeah, at least, yeah.
Yeah, never had a problem
No
with it
problems with it.
whatsoever. And but you've changed the bottom arms on this car, haven't you?
Yeah, so this has got longer bottom arms, which do help with the drive shafts. They possibly need a bit of tweaking just to get them spot on, but it works well enough for now.
And it certainly looks the part.
Yep, doesn't it?
And it's going to get the crap kicked out of it tomorrow.
I think other people have got less capable equipment than mine.
That's what we buy them for, John Paul. Just remember that. Brilliant work.
As the sun went down over Baysbrown campsite, our arrival day in the Lake District drew to a close. Join us next time on UK Panda 4x4, where we'll be covering our first group's day out on the Green Lanes. Thanks for watching.